dreams will unlock your big dream. In other words, dreams will encourage you along the way to the big dream that God has for your life. In Judges 7, God gave Gideon this massively big assignment that he was quite afraid of. And on the night before he was supposed to do it, his friend drug him down into the enemy camp, and he listened to one of his enemies describe a dream. And God had given his enemy a dream, and he's listening to the retelling of that, and it's basically Gideon defeating all of them. And that dream greatly encouraged Gideon to the point where he was able to carry out what God wanted him to do. In 1 Kings, Solomon made a huge offering to the Lord. And that same night in a dream, God appeared to him and said, "What can I do for you? What would you like?" And Solomon, in great humility, asked for wisdom. And that's exactly what he needed at that point in time. He was young and he had just become king. But God asking him what he wanted, I think, greatly encouraged him into his life destiny. In Daniel chapter 2, God revealed a secret that no one else knew. The king didn't even know. He couldn't remember his own dream. And they were going to be killed if they didn't come up with the answer. So God revealed the secret of a dream, something that was totally hidden from everyone. And out of that, Daniel and his friends got totally promoted. So dreams will begin to encourage you along the way into the big dream. Dreams will also give you strategies into the big dream. If you look at Jacob's life, I love Jacob's life. He had several dreams that were important. God gave him a strategy about how to increase his flocks and get him out from under Laban and back home where God wanted him. And it was, I think he had a dream about stripping the bark off trees and putting it in the watering trough while they were mating. That's totally a God strategy. Who would have thought of that at that time? In Daniel 1:7, it says, God had given Daniel and his friends knowledge, skill, learning, wisdom. But for Daniel, he gave him understanding in all dreams and visions. So to interpret dreams, you need a wide database. I mean, ultimately, especially in the Bible, all symbols are going to come back to what things mean in the Bible. But the wider your database of things you know, the more interpretive skills you're going to actually have. Dreams even show you how to be healed. There's a story that John G. Lake relates when he was in his time in South Africa, and he was traveling, and it was Christmas Eve, and it was quite an entourage he had with him, and they had one of those great big Boer wagons. They were hauling stuff, and he describes how Christmas is so different in the southern hemisphere. Rather than being cold and snowy, it's quite hot, and it's deserty, and the stars are very bright. So this is Christmas Eve, and they're camping for the night, coming back home, not quite there yet. And all of a sudden, this native man comes up to him, and he says, ask, John G. Lake and his people, who are you? And so they say, well, we're missionaries, we're men of God, blah, blah, blah. And he goes, oh, you're the man my brother dreamed about. So John G. Lake says, tell me your story. So a few nights before, this man's brother, who had leprosy and was dying, had a dream. And in his dream, he walked outside and saw an angel. And the angel helped him and showed him there were two roads. And the angel said, I want you to take this road right here and go so far, and you're going to encounter a man who knows how to heal you. So he wakes up the next morning, the man with leprosy, and tells his mother and his other brother about the dream. And the mother goes, it's just a dream, basically, pizza dream, okay? And the brother said, no, 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 I think we should pay attention. It's the white man's Christmas. And I've heard that during Christmas, there's Christmas angels that do miracles for the white man. I think we need to do what he says. So they gingerly loaded this man with leprosy in the back of this wagon, and they began to journey. And I can't remember exactly the day's journey they were supposed to go. Maybe it was 3 days. And they had intercepted John G. Lake right at that point on Christmas Eve. And so after the brother told John G. Lake his story, John G. Lake said, go bring your brother, let's pray for him. And the man was totally healed of leprosy. So God shows us even how to be healed in our dreams.